Hello everybody, this is Neil Mitchell with PlanetHoax.com. Undoubtedly, if you have heard on the internet the last few days, this stupidity over Starbucks red cup. People are incensed. They're going crazy about a stupid cup. Now, I'm going to say one thing and one thing only about that. People are sheeple. That's all there is to it. Let's look at this a little closer. Let's go through this and find out what is really going on with Starbucks red coffee cup. Now, the cup in question is a red cup. What's so big about that? Does that make any sense to anybody why they would argue and fuss about a red cup? I mean, come on, folks. It's just a cup. It's to hold coffee. You get done with it. You throw the cup away. A blind man would not care what color his cup is as long as he could get a drink of coffee. Let's move on through this. Now, Starbucks uses an emblem that's similar to this right here. This is a twin-tailed siren from the 15th century depicted. It's also the god Dagon. If y'all haven't heard of this, well, maybe you need to look a little closer into what you're drinking out of a red cup. Let's move through this a little closer. Now, out of Wikipedia, Dagon. Dagon is, or Dagon, it was originally an East Semitic Mesopotamian fertility god who involved in a major southwest Semitic reportedly of grain and fish, symbolizing a force of fertility and multiplying. He was worshipped by the early Amorites and by the inhabitants of the city of Ebla. At any rate, let's just move on through here. He was also head of the pantheon of the Philistines, and make this short as possible. Alright, moving up through here. The fish god tradition is pretty crazy. I just passed it. Let's bring it back up here. Alright, biblical texts and in commentaries, okay? He was in the Hebrew Bible. He was a god of the Philistines, of course, I just said, and he was within the tribe of Asher. And in which tells soon after which the temple was destroyed by Samson as his last act. And another temple in Ashdod was mentioned also, and again also as late as other accounts here, like in Maccabees. And King Saul's head was also displayed in the temple for this god. Alright, I mean, it's just crazy about all things that happen, okay? Anyway, in the account in Samuel, 1 Samuel 5:2 and 2:7 relates to how the Ark of the Covenant was captured by the Philistines and taken to Dagon's temple in Ashdod. The following morning, they found the image of Dagon lying prostrate before the ark. They set the image upright, but again, or the morning following the day, they found it prostrate before the ark again, but this time with the head and hands severed, lying on the miptān, translated to threshold or podium. The account continues to puzzle the word Dagon is or whatever, and which means literally whatever it is it's pronounced. It means only Dagon was left to him. Alrighty, going on through this. Therefore, we are told that either the priest nor anyone ever steps on the miptān of Dagon in Ashdod until this day. The story is depicted on the frescoes in Duro Europo's synagogue as the opposite of because you don't see it over here at the end, it goes off the page, to depiction of the high priest Aaron and the temple of Solomon. Solomon right here. Alright, now, reading that right there, what's that tell you about this, how it relates to the Ark of the Covenant as it was captured by the Philistines? Now, what happened to it? Okay, well, God, apparently what they're saying here, he's found struck down. The god was struck down. Of course, you don't have other gods before Yahweh or what we want to call God today in the Christian sense. He said no to the deity and the idol, and he struck it down, and they put it up again, and he struck it down a second time, and this next time he destroyed it pretty good, tearing arms and feet off of it. hands and head and feet. So, or hands. So given that account and that ideology, what does Dagon really represent? Well, it's satanic in nature, folks. Just about what it amounts to. Let's look at this possibility of the satanic situation. Now here's a relief carving in rock of Dagon himself. If you notice this up here on top, this little hat, this fish head hat with a caping type fish body on it. All right. Now, I don't know what you may think, folks, but what does this represent or mean to you in today's religions? Where do you see this at? Think about it real hard before you go any farther on it. What would that be? What would that be to you? All right, you had enough? All right, let me show you. Right here, folks, this is where it's at. It's the hat. That funny Pope hat everybody laughs about. That's right. It's the hat representative of the god Dagon. Now, if you do realize it or not, on the back here of the Pope's hat, there's always these little flaps on the back. Well, that would be representative of the old fish body, I'm sure, in the religion. Now, why would the Catholicism, the Catholics, use a fertility god of satanic, variation from the enemy of Israel, or I should say the Hebrews? Why would they do that? And it just doesn't make any sense. Let's look at this a little closer. Alrighty, here's some old relief. Here's another relief of this Dagon. See, if you notice, it's the man turned into a fish. It's all kind of Darwinish like, isn't it? With all the fish growing legs. And at any rate, let's look at this here. The hat. Here's the hat. Here's the hat. The Pope's hat. The funny hat. And here's another depiction of him right here. And it makes you think. Now, here's a menorah. Why would that be in this? I don't understand. And as you see here, what is this representative, people? Of Isis. This is the HORUS connection here. It's very satanic in nature. All seeing eye. This is the real reasoning behind this mystery religion that Bill Cooper hollered about for so many years before he was finally put out of their misery by his death. Here's another picture of the Pope here, and then of course here's the Pope here, of course with the bent cross, which is not very Christian-like, I feel. But anyway, this is my opinion on that. But see, here's the fish hat. Why are these people worshiping a fish on someone's head at the same time supposedly worshiping Christ? But we all know how the Catholic Church is so enthralled with idol worship that it defies logic, especially when the commandments specifically say do not worship any idols before God. I mean, it's blatantly obvious in the Bible. If anybody wants to believe in the Christian religion or the Holy Bible in a sense, or even in the Torah or whatever, the commandments flat out state, do not put no other gods before Him. But yeah, here's the Catholic Church throwing this on top of their head. All right, let's move on. In JesusSavior.com, you'll find a section called False Religions. It's / by Illuminati, and then / again by Pope I. So let's look at this. All right, let's just read this out because this is very interesting. Okay, now this is quite an interesting photo below. Satan posed young people holding this banner with a triangle and the eye, except that the eye of Horus is replaced by the Pope's Dagon hat. Oh man, you can't make this stuff up, okay? Now, you see where we're going here, I think, okay? But let's move on just a little bit more, okay? Let's just move on a little bit more. All right, let's move on. All right. Here's this lady here. It says, the lady in blue doing the satanic salute has no idea how correct she is. See, this is the reality here. You know, you get these people all thralled up and they don't even know what they're worshiping or anything else. Now, I've studied enough of these mystery religions. I can even say for a fact that, you know, here's the sun worship here also in this guy here, in this stuff right here. But we're not even worried about this right now. We're worried about this. You know, here's the triangle, you know, the Illuminati eye, you know, the Horus eye. All right, look here, Dagon, the Philistine fish god. Here's that picture I showed you, and here's also that relief. Note the mouth-shaped hat compared to two horned mitre worn by the Pope and church officials today. And it asks you to learn more about this. You click there. You know, we won't go that far. We're just going to move through this. It is also interesting to note that the Pope's hat forms an eye when viewed from the top, looking down upon it. So it would look like this. Where have we seen this hat before? Hello, people. The handwriting is on the wall. The esoteric symbolism in religion is right in front of you, and none of you are smart enough to see it or smart enough to care. That is why I say, you know, sheeple a lot, because people will just walk around and do stupid things like this, giving themselves up to that. I mean, look, Revelation 13:6 is already here. You can't make this stuff up. All right, here it is here. And he causeth both the small and the great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the mark on their right hand, in their right hand, and in their right heads, in their foreheads. Now, first of all, let me explain something here. This and the new Bibles have been replaced. In the original text, it is on. Okay, it's not in. So when people tell you about this microchip, they're talking about sticking in people, you know, well, it's okay, they're going to stick it inside. It is not the same as sticking it on. It's not the mark of the beast. Bull, okay? It's on. You receive it on, not in, okay? It's on. All right, here's the Catholic Church in Spain. And Jesus and the Phoenix bird. Now, the Phoenix bird is another story in itself. It's we won't even go there at this point. But anyway, this is a pretty in-depth website. Let me show you. All right, if you can see what I got here, here it is. It's a JesusIsSavior.com. False religions, Illuminati, Pope. Okay. All right, now I'm not making this stuff up. All right, this is stuff that's already out there for people to learn and see. And if you paid any attention in school and got a diploma, why not pay attention and get a diploma in life too, and learn the reality from the realities that are around you? You know, it's just that simple. Here in whale.to/c churches ill HTML. All right. Here's a bunch of these Dagon hats. All right, I'm sure everybody, when they were kids, just looking at one, thought to themselves, "Man, it looks like a fish's head." You didn't think that? Didn't you might have thought that yourself before you were even told just now, or we hadn't figured it out yet? You might have already known. You just didn't realize how in-depthly crazy this stuff is. All right, let's move up. Okay, here's some more here. Here's even a little more about it. Let's just read what they got to say. The fish head mitre comes from worshippers of Dagon from around 300 A.D. His symbol was a hat shaped like a fish's mouth with a long piece of cloth draped down over the back of the wearer, which was painted and embroidered to look like the body of a fish. At first, they even kept the spots on either side of the fish's head, which represented the fish's eyes. Horus, the Egyptian god, was known as the Way and the Fisherer. So there's the connection for Horus and Dagon. You might think that the fishiness of the mitre would have been suppressed over time. Yet these Roman Catholic images from the 18th century still make the fish head illusion very explicit. Alright, here we go. See, they're running them on. Here's the eyes, the fish head. See? It's not hard to figure this one out. Alright, see, upon every bishop as well as every pope you will find the fish head mitre of Babylon. Boom. Satanic. Boom. Here's some more here. Of course, they put the hexagram in there too. And we know about the hexagram being, through the Jews, but also other symbols, the esoteric, the Masons use it. A lot of different religious, esoteric religion, mystery, they use them. This is real, folks. This is the real deal, okay? All right? This is the real deal. Alrighty, folks. Sure this here looks familiar to you. It's Dagon, and, well, it's also a symbol of the caffeine need that you have. All you caffeine freaks stand in line day in and day out. Willingly just fork over your hard-earned money to her. It's laughable, sheeple. You sheeple, it's laughable. Now, let's look at this a little closer. What is she doing? Well, not only is she fishy, but it seems kind of fishy to me why she's spreading her tail like she is. It's pretty obvious. This is what you do when you want to be impregnated. She wants you to willingly come along and impregnate her. And you do it every day. Getting your coffee somehow. I mean, you're perpetuating and propagating her reason to be there. So think about that next time you go to your local coffee shop and buy yourself up some Starbucks coffee. So just as long as you're sitting there, here, like I said, it's a Starbucks coffee cup scandal. It's a scandal. And people are being served up this red coffee cup, and they're all pissed off and mad because they're not all Christmassy. I mean, for first you have this deal with some writing on it, and it was just dumb enough. And, I mean, you just got one item after another about it. Now, why are people so enthralled about a stupid coffee cup? Okay? I mean, it's just ridiculous. Starbucks red holiday cups are causing outrage. Causing outrage. Why? I'm not even going to look at these articles. It's not even worth really anybody's time. I just wanted to wake you up to the reality of what's happening in front. Again, it's this, okay? It's a pagan fertility god, or goddess in this case, who wants you to pregnate and propagate her reason for being here on earth, okay? And you do every time you buy a cup of coffee. Sheeple, when are you going to learn? When are you going to learn? I mean, what's it going to take for you to realize that what you see right here is what you're being fed? It's not coffee. It's not coffee. It's Satan ruining your brain, okay? It's Satan. That's exactly what it is. It's nothing else. Oh, yeah, you're saying, well, it's just a cup of coffee. It doesn't mean nothing to me. Are you supporting it in any way, shape, form, or fashion? If you are, then it should concern you, okay? It should concern you. Why would you do that, okay? That'd be like a Christian walking into a coffee shop and buying coffee that sports an upside down cross, you know, with a man crucified on it. Would you buy that cup of coffee because it has an upside down cross? How about a cup of coffee that has swastika on it? Would you buy that cup of coffee? And just because you want your fix of your expensive $5 cup coffee? Your foo-foo coffee, you know, with all the Christmassy stuff in it every year? You just gotta have? Would that make it better just because it's coffee? Or the symbolism on the outside? Really? It doesn't matter to you? I find it hard to believe that you people be that naive. But after all, you're only human, and you know, well, the evolutionists have their way. You have a little sheep DNA mixed in with you too, obviously. So I'm not even going to go that way tonight. But just want to let you know that for every sip you drink, you're supporting a satanic effort here to ruin your mind and your lives. Again, this is one of the reasons they're trying to enslave you over. This is one of them here. Big time. Okay? These little things like this chip away at your soul. Alright? And they take away from you and God. Alright? That's exactly what the problem is. And the only way to see it is for yourself to wake up and see the reality that I'm trying to explain to you around you away, okay? Which is really hard to do because it's in your face. Anyway, this is Neil Mitchell, PlanetHoax.com. Appreciate you tuning in and watching this little crazy episode. And remember, there is a war going on to enslave you, and this is one of the ways they're doing it. Good night, folks. Thanks for watching PlanetHoax.com. Subscribe, like, and comment on YouTube and Facebook. And remember, there is a war going on to enslave you.